Hey peoples of YouTube, today I decided that, you know what, let's do another pop culture remake because why not? So today we are going to be remaking The Hunger Games in Minecraft. Hope you enjoy. In a town where the entire economy is based off of coal mining, and literally the entire town is surrounded by a giant fence, there happened to live a girl called Kathy who liked to shoot things. Now, Kathy just was really good at shooting things and would sneak into the woods around her fenced-in town and shoot things so that she could eat them because her family was poor. One day, it so happened to be the day where somebody from the big city would come and pick two people from the town that would have to go and murder other people from other towns because, you know what, fun! Yippee! However, when the new city person pulled out a name, they called Flower Petal. Gasp, because Flower Petal happens to be Kathy's, the person who really likes shooting things, little sister! Oh. Now, Kathy really loves her sister, so she was all like, I volunteer, it's tribute. And she ran forwards to take her sister's place. However, then the next guy was called, and they're all just like, oh yeah, Bread. And then when Bread came up, no one wanted to take Bread's place, so, oh well, bye-bye, Bread. No one likes Bread. And so then Kathy was shipped off to the city, where she learned how to throw stuff, and yeet stuff, and use a sword, and other great things. However, after a couple of days, everyone was like, well, it's time to throw these people into an arena and watch them fight each other to death, because apparently American football isn't violent enough. However, before they did that, they wanted to learn about their families! Woohoo! So they put Kathy up on a stage and they asked her all about her life and her family and her loves and her everything, and she's all just like, I love my sister, they're great, I was gonna win, I'm gonna murder everybody, it's gonna be great. And after that lovely heartwarming interview, they decided to call up Bread. And while they were asking Bread about if he liked anybody, he was all like, no. And everyone was all like, we don't believe you. And he was all like, well, fine then. You see, I love Kathy! And Kathy was all like, bruh. Because you see, Kathy doesn't really like Bread because Bread gave her, gasp, bread when she was a child, and now she's forever indebted to him, and it's all like, wow. And so after that lovely little heartwarming confession, the people of the city were all like, well, you know what, it's time for murder, and just yeeted everybody into an arena and watched them all murder each other, and it was great, and everybody had a great time, other than the people who were getting murdered, and of course Kathy, who was all like, yeah, no guys, I'm out of here, and just pieced out into the woods. However, the city slickers started to get bored, so they were all like, well, you know what would spice this up a bit? Young love. And so they were like, well, guess what, guys? Two people who are from the same town can live! Both of them can live if they're the only two left. And then Kathy was all like, well, I would be kind of a monster at this point if I didn't go and help Bread. So she went off, and they teamed up, and it was amazing, and Kathy and Bread, yippee, young love forever! And so, after a while, everybody slowly died off, or was murdered off, until only Bread, Kathy, and a guy named Doggo were left. However, the city people were not satiated by, like, the 30-plus murders that had already happened, so they were all like, well, let's just happily watch a dog tear apart Doggo and friends. After all, what better way to pass the day? And so the dog tried to attack them all before it got Doggo and just, like, happily almost murdered Doggo completely. However, the people in the city wanted a show, so they just kind of sat there and watched Doggo get torn apart and torn apart and torn apart until Kathy was all like, yo guys, this guy is human, I'ma put him out of his misery, and shot Doggo. Bye-bye, Doggo. However, then the city was all like, you know, what would be really, really, really funny? What if we just did like takesies backsies and then just told the two lovers that they have to murder each other? And so they did. But then Kathy was all like, haha, schmucks. If you want one of us to die, guess what? Both of us are going to die! And then they decided to eat poison berries. However, for some reason, the idea of a double suicide upset the city, so they were all like, well, guess what? You guys both win! Haha, psych! We were just kidding! And so then, the two were pulled out of the arena to happily live out the rest of their lives. Except for the fact that Kathy kind of accidentally started an entire rebellion after the suicide berry attempt that actually looked like a rebellion against the city after all they'd been suppressed for several years, and then it ended up burning down her entire home and murdering her sister in the end, but it's a good story. They all lived happily ever after getting pulled out of the arena. The end. Hope you enjoyed my Minecraft rendition of The Hunger Games. Have a great day.